How's it going? It's dream time. Do you guys remember when TV shows used to start with like theme music? Like shows used to have their own like theme song, and like before at the start of each episode, you'd get to hear it again. Like just every episode, you get to hear it again. I don't know whatever happened to that. I guess people realized that that got annoying. But no, when I start up my stream, I just think like I'm just reminded of that. Because if this stream took place like, I don't know, however many years ago, like 20 years ago, it would totally have theme music and it'd be playing right now probably. I don't know. Anyways, I definitely take liberty of the fact that no one tunes in literally immediately, so I get like about a minute of just like I can say whatever I want and no one, no one's here to hear it. Um, as I am demonstrating now. So let's finish this game today, huh? Let's just do it. Let's let's wrap it up. Wrap it up with a nice little bow. I I don't know. Oops, that's loud. Sorry, my other computer is loud. I apologize. I don't know. I don't know how long I'm going to stream today, but I have a lot of time, so if I need to go late, I can probably go late, which is kind of cool. I definitely feel like making up for lost time because of last week and the shortage there. So it's probably Tom. Hey, welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. Um, we're gonna do this. We're gonna bring this over the finish line today. Is the idea. It was the idea yesterday too, but that idea is getting more and more realistic every day. We make progress on this title. So, um, what yeah, there's another thing I was going to talk about, but maybe I'll just wait until I'll wait and see if it actually becomes a topic before. Uh, oh, cool. Hey, Chandler Otwell, 7. Oh, yeah, I didn't catch all the numbers in your name yesterday, so I'll say them now. 772355. Thank you for following yesterday. Thank you for tuning in again today. Um, welcome. Oh, and Emerald 125. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the stream. So, yesterday, oh yeah, one thing I didn't catch yesterday is that like somewhere towards the end of the day, someone submit extra fire textures so that we can have our fire animated. And I missed it because they didn't tweet it at me. They just kind of like tweeted it into the ether. And so I think the first thing I'll do is just touch this up because I'm basically just going to add a very simple script to the fire prefab so that it basically just cycles through the available textures. So yeah, for the fire prefab, let's add a new script. I'll just call it burn, I guess, whatever. I'm not being super descriptive with my script names. Super descriptive, derp. Uh, pardon. um, so yeah, let's define textures. So Light Up Man, hey, yeah, I got going. So all right, well, I'll catch you in a bit, Chandler. Thanks for tuning in. Um, so let's set up our textures. So public texture array so I guess frames or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, well. All right, we can. All right, we'll figure that out. Equals new. We want four textures. We have four textures. So length 4. And there, I'm not going to get super descriptive with that because for one thing, I never do, and especially now. Oh yeah, all right, okay, yeah. Before I do anything else, I can just give a quick demo of what we have so far. Yeah, good call, Emerald. Thank you. So this is a game that we've been working on. Oh, sorry, I'm on a small exercise device, so if you see me bobbing up and down, it's because I'm actually using the small exercise device that I try and use, but don't always. All right, so the game we have here, there's like the crazy description of it in the corner of the screen, which I don't know if it's actually legible, but so for a few days now we've been jamming on this project, which we decided is going to be a turn-based, roguelike, city builder. The description's on there. It's the themes are survival and so what we've come up with so far is that basically like you're this guy kind of in the center. Oops, fire! Oh no. You're this guy in the center, and so like hypothetically you have the starting city. There's not actually going to be like all these things at the start of the game. You'll actually through the course of the game you'll build out your city as this is supposed to be a city builder. But so basically, yeah, in order to gather resources and like build out your city, you have to venture out into what right now they're way too fiery. The wastelands or the lava fields are way too fiery, so they won't actually be this fiery in the in the final version, or at least not as this fiery this fast. But yeah, so basically, like you have to venture out into these. Oh, there's an energy meter at the bottom of the screen, which I've put absurdly high. Yes, I did, Tom. Thank you. Yeah, this is not supposed to be as absurdly high. Uh, and uh, so you're supposed to have like a fixed amount of energy, and like it takes energy to venture out into the fields, and this is where you like gather your resources and collect power-ups and all kinds of other stuff. But like the fire is like dangerous and it saps your energy. So like hypothetically, if we had a reasonable amount of energy instead of like a ridiculously way too much energy, like Moo might actually have run out of energy, and then we'd have to start back at the base. And so it's about like yeah, it's about venturing out to find resources to build out your city in order to survive. And you also find people out in the wastes, and you can rescue people as well. So yeah, the thing we did yesterday is we actually set up all this fire, which as you can see, it's like out of control. But the thing we did here, I'll go to the aerial view on this other side here, so you can just kind of see like what we did for fire growth patterns. Right now, fire appears spontaneously, and then once it's appeared, it'll start to grow out from the locations that it appeared. So you see these first few clumps that where fire first started, like they start to grow out. So yeah, that's basically like the primary like risk in the game is like the fire growth patterns. Oh, it might not have been clear also, but you can actually fight fire if you move towards fire. You can actually remove it from the map. Although right now your fire removal skills are not super great, and the fire grows really fast, so it it still tends to overwhelm. But yeah, we wanted to put an emphasis on character development too. Oh, cool. Well, hopefully it'll be done by the end of today. Maybe, fingers crossed. Um, and yeah, so there's an emphasis on character development, and I think we're going to do that with like firefighting skills and like energy. And so, yeah, not only are you collecting resources for, I'll get to back to the game dev, wrap up this description in just a moment, but we'll get back. Not only will you be building out the city, but you'll also be souping up your character so that you can more easily and bravely venture out into the lava field. So yeah, so the first thing I'm just going to do real quick is to set up a new script for oh, I did that part already, for our fire. So we have right, so now our fire prefab has 4 frames, fire 1, fire 2, and fire 3. Cool. So now save that, or save project, I guess. I think that's how you save prefabs. Yeah, so on start, we're going to say what? We're going to say, oh yeah, so frame time. Oh. Huh. I kind of want the fire to like tick all together, because it's not going to animate very fast. It's just going to kind of... Well, we can try a few things and see what works. I'm just trying to think of what's the cleanest way. I think I'm just going to use like the time clock in order to flip the frames. But I'm just trying to think of what's like the cleanest way to do that. So let's say, all right, let's say, so on start, we'll randomize, Uh, well, so oh yeah, so interesting thing for this project, we're all working together. Like I'm the only one on this side of the computer like actually like plugging stuff in, but all the art and all the assets that we see in the game, like these are all submitted by viewers such as yourself. Yeah, so like you might notice we have a little bit of an eclectic mix going on, and that's because like a bunch of different people, like one person did the little humanoids, or like the denizens, like the people that will go out and save, and then the someone made like a coffee mug. A few different people did buildings. So yeah, it's like a collaboration. But I'm the only one like actually working in Unity as of yet. So yeah. So yeah, if you're inspired to make something for the project, feel free. Like pretty much everything we have so far, we have it because someone made it, and I just like found a way to work it in. So, oh yeah, heck, if you wanna make something for the project, I don't have that. I'm not an artist myself, or I'm not a good one at least, and so I don't have much experience hooking up art assets. The games that I tend to make on my own tend to have just like very small like representational forms, like like, well, I mean, a brick breaker is pretty straightforward, but like even for like games that are more like action oriented, I still just use small representational shapes. So I don't have much experience like setting up like rigging and stuff like that, or like even just like implementing that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm certainly willing to give it a shot though. Like whatever you feel like whatever you feel like contributing. Um, so yeah, I don't have a shirt. I swear, it's not a shirt. I swear. It's a hoodie, and it's because I'm a little bit. I don't know. It's like so I live in New England, and like the weather eventually gets chilly enough that even in my tiny little apartment, it does eventually get slightly cooler. So I don't want to get ill, I guess is why. um, so what was I doing? Oh yeah, I don't know if this math is going to be like this math might be overkill. Uh, but I guess we'll see. If anything, if like performance suddenly like goes through the floor, then I guess we'll know why that happened. Oh, actually, you know what? I have been meaning to check out is there something in Unity that happens like on the beat or something? Like by that I mean like fixed update or like update happens every frame, but is there something that happens like every like fixed duration? Uh, Other than like a longer fixed duration. It's one of those things that like it, I keep thinking would be convenient, but I never actually look into. Partly because I actually don't know, I guess, what I'm looking for exactly. Like, so, like, well, let's just look at a fixed update or update, and see if it has any like peers that might be relevant. Uh, Fixed update, late update. Oh, that's interesting. Um, hmm. 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 I'm not seeing anything that would fit that bill exactly. Um, it'd be nice if there was something along those lines. Uh, Here. Is it possible to do a loop with a coroutine? Uh, I don't know. I haven't worked with Java in. Oh, I'm working in C sharp. I don't know if that's why you mentioned Java, but yeah, I haven't worked in Java in a long time. I say sure, go for it. follow your heart, and if it doesn't work out, then I'm sorry I lied to you. Um, sorry, I don't have a better answer. Yeah, all right. So I guess I could just like DIY this. Uh, oh, yeah, no, I guess I could just set this up differently. Nah. I probably should have thought this through before before setting it up. I'm just trying to think of like a mathematically simplistic way to just get the fires to tick together. Uh, and maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I should just stop caring about that. I just don't want to like it's a relatively small thing. It's a relatively small detail, so I don't want to like waste tons of computational power on it. And by tons I mean like relatively tons, because like most of the game is really simple at this point. Um, so probably overthinking it. I'll just do something. I'll just do something simple instead. Uh, uh, so so I guess on update if so we'll just have float anim time equals 0 or whatever, and then or no, it doesn't have to equal anything. On start we'll say or so float or public float float anim cooldown equals 1, I guess. And then, so on start, we'll say anim time equals time, capital T time dot time, and then, time dot time plus, wait, what? Oh, time dot time plus anim cooldown, and then, I'm actively avoiding making decisions for the project. The whole point of this jam is to be collaborative. So I guess I can't answer your question, Emerald. But if you can get chat to answer your question, then go for it, please, by all means. Um, but yeah, no, I'm actively avoiding those. No, and I appreciate the conversation. Things usually pick up a little bit, but I like just started streaming, so I think people haven't realized it yet, haven't tuned in just yet. But yeah, see if you can get other people to make a decision for you, or just make a decision yourself. Uh, and like if you know what I guess like if you know what you want to make, like then like throw out ideas. Actually, yeah. So throwing out ideas, I think, is probably like the best way to go about it, because that way you can get a sense from everyone else what would be good, what we might not need. And there are a few things that, like, if you have specific requirements for it, I might be able to like let you know in advance if it's completely infeasible for whatever reason. Like, for example, if you made like a skybox at this point, I could tell you a skybox is something that we won't need because the camera always looks right at the ground. So yeah, if you have ideas, feel free to just shout them out. I'm really trying to encourage collaboration, and at this point, I'm basically forcing it. So good luck. um, all right. So if anim time is less than time dot time, that means it's time to animate. So the last thing we have to do is set anim time to equal time dot time plus anim cooldown. But the first thing we have to do is animate everything. So well, yeah. So as long as you make something that can fit in the game, I will make it fit. So oh yeah. Well, actually no. You guys are also making the credits list. If you want to be in the credits, you have to tweet at me how you want your name to appear in the credits, because that's the only. I'm like literally I'm actively ignoring everything else, and I'm only going by that. So if you want your name in the credits, Tweet at me. My thing, whatever is down my tag at srsly_bz. There's a link to it underneath the stream. Yeah, tell me how you want your name to appear in the credits and how you want and what job title you want to have appear in the credits. So yeah. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna do this fire grid manually, which is great because looping through the. I I can turn off the camera if you find it offensive, but other than that, you're gonna see me bobbing up and down, or you're not gonna see me. Because right now, in real life, I'm bobbing up and down. Um, so, all right. Oops. What am I doing? It's no. I'm comfortable. Thank you, Let It Man. If I'm cold, I'll put on another sweatshirt on top of the sweatshirt I'm already wearing. Um, uh, I have plenty of sweatshirts at my disposal. Thank you, though. Hold on, I'm bringing the camera back. So I'm still bobbing up and down. Um, so yeah, looping over fire grid is everyone's favorite thing to do, right? Oh yeah, so yo, yeah. Oh wait, no, I know what I can do. Yeah, no, I know what I can do. I guess it might be weird. It might be slightly weird. I would only want to wait for a second, Jonas. Hey, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. This is Scream. I don't know what's going on. Hey, well, yeah, welcome everyone. Thanks for tuning in. So I get to loop over fire, and this is gonna be. I think no matter how I cut it, this is gonna be slightly weird. So we're gonna loop over fire in a slightly weird way. I guess is the deal there. So fire grid, yeah. So no, I'm gonna borrow one of our established fire grid loops because fire grid looping is funny. Specifically, this part of it is funny. um, so, oops, that's not even all of it. So hold on, let's cut that. Wait, no, what is this? What is this garbage? Get out of here. So xi zi. So then I guess we need to go with cx cz. So our fire grid is set up in a weird way. Basically, all we're doing is looping over it, but in order to do that, we have to do as such. Oh. So, alright. Yeah, Jonas. Skill development. Important. And, isn't that always rewarding, too, when, like, you look back and you realize, hey, I'm way better than I was, like, however long ago. I always find that a very, fulfilling feeling. Alright, so what we're gonna do... yeah, I guess... This... I'm just gonna try this, and maybe it'll work out, maybe not. So, int fi equals 0. So all right. If if fire grid xi zi cx cz not equals null, then so I'm gonna do something slightly. Hey, N2Ater, welcome to the stream. Oh no! All right, well then you can't you can't hear me. Hello, N2Ater. Yeah, it's working on my computer too. Twitch is funny sometimes. I mean, think of all the data that Twitch processes. I guess, like, kind of makes sense that every now and again it might have, like, a little hiccup or something. Oh no. I, Well, I'll try and say the important things when they're not when the construction outside is not as loud. If you have headphones, that might help. Um, so if fire grade that equals null, then that means that the fire is real. so so I'm gonna say so fire grade CZ whatever this thing dot. Okay, this is a slightly sketchy thing, so don't do this at home, kids. Dot transform dot get child 0. We know it only has one child, and we know that child is the sprite. No, not animation. Get child dot material. No, renderer dot material dot main texture. This is such a specific statement. Like, you can only make this statement if you know exactly what type of entity, like if you know exactly how the prefab is set up. So if the prefab changes at all, this would get terribly broken, and you, in general, you probably shouldn't do it. Oh wait, what's this? How do you upload an HTML file to a website for Unity? Like, you mean if you're building for web? If you're building for web, you just, this isn't going to work, but, like, it's not going to work because our project's not done or whatever, but, so yeah, build and run, you just go, yeah, web player, build and run, and then, select where you want to build it to, and then, I need a new folder for this project, rcty, select folder, and then it'll just make all the files for you. Is that what you're asking? I don't know. Maybe I don't. Oh, hey, Emerald125. Thank you for following. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Yeah. So I just because I just built those files. Now, if I want to, like, let's pretend this built and it works and is like a real thing and not just a hot mess. Now if I go, now I have I have these two files and I can just upload both of these files and then Shazam! I now have a website that has the Unity player. So yeah, it's super convenient. You basically don't have to do anything. I mean, you just have to modify it however you want it to be. Oh wow, your neighbors are louder than your headphones. Yikes. So, oh, all right, yeah. FileZilla is a good one. That's probably a better answer. Or maybe that's an answer to the actual question. Hey, Lexicon, welcome to the channel, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we're making fire animate, we're making it just, like, hop between frames. So one thing that'll be important is, like, here, I'll comment this out for a second, because I need to edit our script to include those textures. I'm probably just gonna ditch this other script altogether, because it would have been a bunch of unnecessary processing if all the fire had to do these calculations individually. We can just do the calculation once and then apply it to all the fire. So yeah, what is texture? So I guess I can borrow actually the same line that I had over here. The one thing that I actually wrote in this script file. I'll call it fire frames now. That it's in a much bigger situation. And yeah, I'm just gonna straight up that script because it's silly and we don't need it. So delete, and then remove from fire prefab. Alright, yeah, so forget about that. Forget the old way. We're doing it this way. I'm basically on a Stairmaster, basically. It's not literally a Stairmaster brand Stairmaster, but I'm on, like, one of those things where you, like, yeah, it's one of those, it's pretty sweet. It's just because I hate exercise. I hate exercise. It's like I just don't exercise. This is the only way I can actually, like, not, like, just wither up and die as a person. Alright, so, oh yeah, save this, and now let's set the textures, because I always forget to set the things that I always forget to set my references. Actually, I want to move it up to be with the other things. Although, actually, I guess the bottom of the thing is a much more sensible place to put these things, so maybe I should just get in the habit of putting that in the bottom instead. Anyways, I'll do that later. Twitch is forcing you to study Java because You have a mid-semester. Well, uh, see, well, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you there. I know very little about Java. I could talk about C sharp and then pretend I'm talking about Java, but I think that would actually do more harm than good. Um, are there pay safe cards at my place, Binry? Uh, at my website, I read that out loud weird. I don't know what that question means, so let's find. Or I don't know what pay safe cards are. So let's find out. Pay safe cards. Pay cash online with safe prepaid. No, I don't think I have any of this. Although I do like credit cards. Or I mean, I do like digital payment, which I include credit cards among, because who who holds paper money anymore? Like paper money is the weirdest. But anyways, I guess to answer your question, probably not. Um, uh, okay. Yeah, no, I just use a credit card, so I basically have like all of my PaySafe cards are amalgamated into a single card, and I just use that instead. Um, so what was I? Okay, so we set up Fire Grid, and so now, or we set up Fire Frame. So now we can set the main texture of our fire to be what? Oh, yeah. Oh, huh. Oh, yeah. No, sorry. I was just thinking. Maybe I didn't want to destroy that fire script. Maybe I might make back a. Yeah, maybe I didn't want to destroy that fire script. I might remake it, and in just a much simpler form. Right. So fireframes, and then it's gonna be fi, or a little a frame index, modulo 4, because there are 4 of them, and then we're also going to increment fi. So the weird thing is that, like, or actually I like to increment it the other way. The weird thing is that you might get the same frame two times in a row for the same fire. So that fire might look weird, but also this is relatively simple. So I think I want to give it a shot and see how it works out. So I think it might work now. I think that was all we really needed to do for the first whatever. So let's see how our fire works. Let's alright, here we have some fire, for example. Oh wait, no, it clearly is not doing anything, because we wouldn't have to move in order for it to work. It should just work all the time. So clearly it is not working. Or else it's just not doing anything. Oh yeah, so that would explain some of it. So CX and CZ are not bound by 3, they're bound by chunk radius. I was not careful in setting that up. Alright, so now maybe it'll work. And maybe it already was working, but just in much smaller subsections of the map. Let's give it a shot. So fire. Alright, well, I don't know what that's about. Or do I? Have I seen that before? I feel like I might have seen that before. I feel like I've possibly seen, like, this thing before, and I feel like I've been annoyed by it before. Huh. So, I could just swap out materials instead? I think it, like... Did I set it up correctly? I mean, I feel like I... Oh, no, I didn't set up the textures. Yeah. Yeah, no. Like I said, I always forget to do this, so that's cool. Alright, so that's probably... that. So maybe the rest will work correctly. I think I have seen weird stuff like that before, but maybe the last time I saw it do weird stuff like that was the last time I set it up incorrectly. So let's go see what fire's doing. Hey, look at that! It's kind of dancing a little bit. Well, it was for a second there, and then just kind of stops dancing. Oh, yeah. I know what that is. All right, so we need to add like a slight variability to fi. Otherwise, it'll just evaluate the exact same every time. If there's the exact same number of fires on the map every time, it'll yeah. So so random dot range uh, 0 to 4. Yeah. Or no, 0 to 3. Yeah. I mean, we could do any range because we're modding it, but we're using modulo on it, but this should be fine. Uh, I don't get it, Enturator. What is funny about this statement? Uh, all right, so now so now the so yeah now oh yeah, sometimes it doesn't animate, which is just awkward. But like the more sophisticated solution is like worse. It's like I don't know. It takes like much more effort. What if I just bump down the anim cooldown? It's like so that it would animate faster. It's like 0.5 instead of 1. So now it animates twice as fast, hypothetically. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna spend much time worrying about this. Uh, cause like so, it'll just like miss a frame here and there, I guess. But like, I think it's probably fine for our purposes. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna spend any more time on that. Or yeah, I don't. 0.5, I guess, look better technically, kind of, maybe a little bit. I don't know. So now what? What now? Um, does anybody around here have an idea for an additional game object? Oh, yeah. So one popular game object that no one's made but people talk about a lot is the lava fish. Um, Originally, like this, there's gonna be a sea of lava instead of like this like slightly hardened lava material. And so we were talking about how we should add lava fish to the project, like just fish. No one actually ever really described exactly what a lava fish is. We've just been saying that someone should make it. So if you felt like making a lava fish, that'd probably be a popular option. um, no, I actually no. I guess I do know that feeling. I try and avoid it as much as possible, Jonas. But yeah, I've probably spent more than 2 minutes on occasion looking for a variable name. All right. I was sick last week, and so as a countermeasure to my previous illness, I've been trying to stay super hydrated. So I know I've only been streaming for like a minute or two, but I have to go refill my water bottle. I'll be back super fast. I'm like nearly back already. Is how fast I'll be back. I apologize for the delay. It'll just take a moment. Hey, sorry for the delay. Oh no, what happened to the puppy? Oh, puppy, watch out! Oh no. um, sorry. Um, We do have a light mustache theme going on already with oh shoot, who was it? Some amazing artist made our mustache trophy tower. So thank you. Yeah. So what am I blanking on? Ah, man, I'm terrible with names. I'm pretty good at like remembering who people are, but I never remember names, which is the weird thing. So I only ever really strongly develop a sense of who a person is, like, and for whatever reason, I just cannot remember names. I should probably improve at that. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not offended when people don't remember my name. In fact, I'm more often just weirded out when people do remember my name. It's like, how did you do that? What manner of magic is this? Um, yes, all right, thank you. Yeah, I was gonna say, all right. No, this this tower is when I knew that we were making a AAA game right here, and by AAA I mean a game that includes this tower. I'm not actually gonna make this game AAA. It's gonna be very jammy. The end result will be not much different than the current state of affairs. So yeah, so another thing we can do now that we're just like randomly like slapping stuff in there is now when we generate a chunk we can put like we can change the terrain a little bit because we have like these safe blocks and yeah, so like if we had a if we had a more reasonable amount of fire and it didn't spread so fast, or a more reasonable amount of energy and the fire didn't spread so fast, it might be more noticeable that like when you step on this ashy ground, it costs 1 energy, but then when you step on the molten ground, it costs what, like 3 energy or something. Yeah, 3 energy. And then when you get lashed by fire, it costs an additional 5 energy. So the only reason we haven't run out of energy is because we started with a ridiculous amount. But part of the reason we're running out of energy as fast as we are is because the fire is still really ridiculous. So we don't want like literally the entire outside area to be lava fields. So um, so excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point it doesn't really technically matter if the ground chunks overlap, but yeah, it really doesn't matter if the ground chunks overlap. So I think at chunk generation we're just gonna like slap in like 3 randomly sized. Oh, I wonder if chunks can go off of chunks. Like if chunks can like extend into other chunks. I wonder if the map detection there works. Um, no. So the one thing I'm not accepting is complications. We're finishing this project. So the only things that we're going to add to this project are the things that we absolutely need in order to wrap up this project. Which is debatable, I understand. Like for example, the fire animation we didn't technically need to do. However, those were art assets that someone made for the project, and so I did say that I would implement them. Um, so if you have suggestions for, I mean, if you watch back through the video archives, like I've been constantly saying, like, please, you guys, I don't want to make this project on my own. I want you guys to come up with ideas, and they've been a bit sparing. So this is unfortunately not the time for them anymore. Like at least not on that scale. So like one of the things about game development that's important to keep in mind is that like there's a time and a place for every idea that you could possibly have for a project. But like the more action you take on any one idea, the less relevant all the others become. So yeah, yeah, I'm on a tangent now. Anyways, I'll stop talking. But so uh, yeah, if you have ideas for if you have ideas for something that we can add to this game that will like very gracefully and you know, elegantly um, achieve our goals for the game that we established, then yeah, by all means, let's hear it. And then anything that is like complex or builds off in another direction, we're not going to do. Spoilers. But I mean, I do still appreciate your suggestions. So, like, if you're just saying these things for the sake of saying them in chat, then please by all means, feel free to continue doing so because I encourage and very much enjoy that. As long as you understand that it's not actually going to happen, not here, not now. Um, Maybe someday in the future, someplace else, by someone else. Sorry. So, what am I doing? Right. So, random chunk generation. Oh yeah, I was gonna check if because like technically, there's no harm in having like the. Actually, I guess I could even just like change how ground is even handled. I can just let's find out. Let's find yeah. Well, in that exact same mindset, let's see what I can cram in here easily. So yeah, check ground says check ground. Uh, so going by position, pause X. Uh, yeah, we're actually just go. Oh yeah, right. Oh, yeah, right. So we're actually just checking grounds. We're not actually checking. So it really actually does not matter at all where the grounds are located. Um, so as long as so they can overlap anything basically, and as long as they don't extend so far that their parent chunk uh, would get destroyed while they're still visible on screen, then yeah, we can do whatever we want with grounds. Just like kind of stopping them in there. All right, so chunk generation. Uh, Now let's say I don't know. So I'll put in a public variable for so public flow or public int grounds grounds per chunk, I guess. Grounds per chunk equals I don't know, 3-ish maybe to start. Grounds. Oh yeah. Wait. So max grounds is 50. So I mean, actually, we could do like 50 divided by 3. Oh, so I guess we don't really need max grounds. Or excuse me, 50 divided by 9. And 50 divided by 9 is closer to like 5. So I guess like 5. We'll just do 5 for now. I think. Uh, Realizing that if we break max grounds, then we're just gonna get weird results. So if we get weird results later and I can't figure out what's happening, it's because we breached max grounds. Um, so actually, let's try 4, and if 4 doesn't feel like enough, we can bump it up to 5. We'll also want I guess public int grounds max or ground scale max and equal. So the maximum. So if we're having 4 of them per chunk, and the chunks are 15 by 15. No, the chunks are. Well, yeah, the chunks are 15 by 15 in some respects. Then we probably don't want the chunks to be bigger than like I don't know 6 by 6 maybe 6 because like uh, yeah. Well, again, we can tune this. So I'll just say 7 for now, because some chunks I guess won't be very. They'll be mostly covered. I don't know. Let's see how this works. Anyways, so public. So finally, yeah, public int grounds scale min. Let's say that equals like 2. We don't want anything to be narrower than 2. Right. So now when we're creating a chunk, let's create several grounds for it. How do we do that? We go. Hey, we got a new follower. Warbird Games. Hey, thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. um, yeah, we're randomly creating oops, that's not the right place. We're randomly creating grounds when we when we make when we start a new chunk. So we'll say oops. How much free time have I got to stream? Oh, today I have a good amount of time today, so we can go late if. Oh wait, what? If you're asking me, then we can go pretty late today. If you're asking N28er, I don't know what. I don't understand what's happening. Yeah, I don't have to. I don't have like a hard deadline, and my soft deadline isn't until like 9 o'clock, which is 9.5 hours from now. So yeah, we got some time. Um, and that's a soft deadline, so like I could blow through it if like absolutely necessary. All right, so for int I equals 0, I less than what do we call it? Grounds per chunk. I plus plus. Um, then we will want to say, I think we have a way to create grounds. Or create, oh yeah, we used to call them flows. So yeah, create flow. I guess we could call it flows per chunk, whatever, we used flow and yeah, because they used to drift too. And I guess we could still add drift, but at this point, that's probably a nice to have feature that we don't really need. Because fire is kind of like the new flow. Originally, like it was going to be like a Frogger style game where you had to like hop from platform to platform, and the platforms were floating around in lava. But I knew I wanted fire anyways, and so then I realized like actually no, fire can basically be the main dealio. There's a oh, is it a holiday where you are, or is it just that your school schedule doesn't have anything happening tomorrow? Uh, oh, Penford. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, this is jam scale, so like, the game isn't gonna actually be much more complex than it is currently. But I'd say a better compare. Well, like the inspiration that we had going in was more like a roguelike type game. So, uh, oh, interesting. Oh, I mean, cool. Yeah, right. That works. For this project, Panda, we yeah, on the first day of the project, we all like voted and we came up with the parameters in the corner. So I don't know if it's perfectly legible, but you can kind of see like those were like the things that we came up with. So the theme survival, building society, yeah. So it has some city building elements, which I really shouldn't have included. I should have just forgotten those. It's all would have been way simpler. But yeah, it's predominantly like roguelike and it's predominantly about character building. All right, so chunk, chunk what? Chunk or flow, create flow, create flow, create flow. Oh yeah, wait. Oh, interesting. So wait, actually, huh? Create flow should be a game object, I guess. Or no, wait, no, actually, no, it can be a void. Um, because we should actually pass in to create flow, which chunk this flow is for. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So wait, we do use create flow for the very first block, and I guess maybe that's what we should skip, because we don't actually want. Oh no! Oh hey, new follower, Pen409. Hey, thank you for following, and thank yeah, thank you very much for your support. If I ever miss a question, it's because I try and pay attention, but sometimes I do miss questions. It also helps if you use my name in the question, it'll light up bright red on my screen, so that also helps me catch them too. But yeah, I do try and I try and answer questions when I can. If you have any questions about like what's going on or what we're doing, what we're working on, then I strongly encourage that. Um, so yeah, so right, the reason we have this first flow here is that we always want the starting chunk to be relatively safe, which I guess we don't even have to do anymore. So maybe I'll just skip that. No, 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 I want to keep that. So all right, yeah. So I'm just gonna cheat this one. I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna say ground zero is instantiate flow if we've had pause. Right, new. It's gonna be right at the origin. Uh, right where the city is located, right where the city ground is located, and then flow, right, that's fine, as game object, yeah, and then scale it to be chunk radius, times 2, yeah, and this one's not going to be associated with a chunk, because this one will always persist, kind of like the city grounds, this one will never go away, it'll always be there. And so, conversely, with create flow, we're going to actually now we're going to pass in another value. So it'll actually start with like int chunk, I guess, and then so we'll say if oh, I didn't have to do that, but whatever. So if or no, we'll just say, yeah. So after we scale it, then we can say grounds I dot transform dot parent equals chunks chunk dot transform. So that way the grounds will get cleaned up automatically when we clean up the chunks. Is that... We weren't actually using this anywhere, right? Yeah, no, we weren't actually using it anywhere. Not yet. Or we were using it for the first one, but then nowhere else. Alright, so now we will create flows. Oh, right, and chunk index is actually... Chunk index is not like that. So wait, actually, oh, sorry, so, yeah, we need CX and CZ. So int CX and CZ, right. I remember how this game works. Alright, so it's actually chunk CX, CZ, because those are on a grid as well. And then the rest, I think, I don't know, it's all weird colors, but that should work, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that should work. I don't know what it's doing right now. Alright, so yeah, so now when we're creating a flow, we will pass in CX and CZ, which are used the same way as in both cases. Why? I don't know why that text turned red. That creeps me out sometimes. So, yeah, C# is fun. C# is oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I left the game in an unplayable state, but I'll make the game playable again, and then we can look at it in just a moment. It's kind of like a top-down view. Oh wait, actually, yeah, we can see that. So like this is kind of like the character, because this is just a jam project that we're working on. We've only been working on it for a couple days, and we're hopefully going to finish it today. Yeah, so it's going to be primarily a top-down view, or it's going to be a top-down view. So yeah, we're creating chunks. We're creating them where I guess the where can be so new vector 3 random.range is my new favorite thing. CP14 or Trent, I forget, yeah, Trent I think yesterday pointed out random.range, and it's my new favorite thing because I can just go I can go like negative, or no, I can go oh yeah, no, how does this work now? I might get this slightly wrong, so I might have to fix this up. But like, so what would it be? It'd be like negative. Uh, what is HQ? If you mean high quality, then yes, this is the highest of quality. But oh wait, Unreal Engine free because get. Oh, Unreal. I've heard weird things about Unreal. Some people swear by it, but like, personally, I'm scared of it. All right, yeah. What do I actually want to do for random.range here? I want it to be basically anywhere within anywhere on the yeah. I'll just do random.range chunk radius, I guess, or chunk. Oops, chunk radius, or 0 to chunk radius, uh, and then times so times grid scale or grid size, uh, plus or I'll just say minus chunk radius. That's for the x value, 0 for the y value, and then the same thing for the z value. Yeah. And then that will actually be, it'll be that plus, sorry, this is getting long. Oh no, there's not really a great place to line break that, but whatever. I don't care. I guess I'll just do this on a different line. Vector 3, vector 3, pause, equals, new, vector 3, etc., etc., etc. Go, 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 go. Plus, or I'll just do that, and then pause plus equals chunk cxcz dot transform dot position dot position. All right, good. Oops, no. All right, and then so we'll just use pause for this. All right, and then what are the other terms? Rx and Rz. Oh, the scale. Right, so that will be random.range, my new favorite, random.range, ground scale, scale min to ground scale max. Yeah, and it'll be that for both of the final two terms. Yay! Oh wow, look at all this chat that's happening that I'm missing out on. Let me catch up on that real quick. Alright, there we go. All the text is back to normal. Hey, Vampires, how's it going? Oh. Oh, hey, I missed when you mentioned that originally. Yeah, no, so yeah, like I said, I've, I've just heard very mixed results. Some people, like Vinpars, for example, seem to find it, awesome, whereas, I mean, alright, yeah, I'll catch up on chat and also point out that, I once worked at a company and we didn't use Unreal, we used our own engine. But then for one project, we did use Unreal, and all of the engineers in the entire company, well, like, not literally all of them, but like most of the engineers in the entire company, like, fought tooth and nail to stay off of that project because none of them wanted to work with Unreal. So I honestly don't know much about it myself, except that I trust those guys, and like it's one of those situations where like if you see like a crowd of people like screaming and running in a direction, like you don't go towards that thing. Like you kind of trust them a little bit. So that's the only reason I don't have any interest in it. And the other reason I don't have any interest in it really is, I guess, because there are so many other options out there that I've never really felt a need. Like there's nothing that UE4 can or Unreal Engine can do that I've thought to myself like, oh, I really need that, or like whatever. I don't know. For some people, I'm sure it's the right solution, but I don't think I'm one of those people. So yeah, let me catch up on chat real quick. You're not good at writing C++. C++ is actually my background. Technically, I know how to write C++. I never actually learned how to write C sharp. I just started writing it, and it all just worked. So yeah, I don't have any problem with C++. Um, yeah, so I guess they have like a visual editor, which is nice. A visual visual scripting, which is neat. But I mean, a lot of engines have that, so it's not really a feature of Unreal 4. I mean, it is technically, but it's not like a standout feature. Uh, yeah. Yeah, that's the rapid iteration thing or rapid prototyping thing is what I like about Unity. They just make they like they do all the things that are unfun and that everyone has to do for every project anyways, which makes tons of sense. No one likes doing those things and everyone has to do those things. So now Unity does it for you, which is brilliant, really. Uh, yes, Pandafer, you can totally be in this game. You just have to like make your own representation, or you need to convince someone else to make your representation. But I will totally implement that. Oh, actually, oh wait. Also, yeah, if you want to be literally a character in the game, you can go about the thing that I just said. But if you just want your name in the credits because you helped out, tweet at me. My handle is there's a link to it below the stream. It's at sr. It's at srsly_bz. And yeah, let me know how you want your name to appear in the credits and what you want your job title to be. This is a collaborative project, so yeah, everyone gets their name in the credits. If you want your name in the credits, though, I would please ask you to actually contribute something to the project as well, just so that your name is there for a reason. Um, what? Why aren't you naked, Jonas? Unless you are naked, in which case, good job. um, oh, that's assuming you're asking me. If you were just asking other people in chat why they're not naked, then let's hear their responses to that one. No, I don't know. Sorry, that was weird. I won't. I don't know. Anyways, so all right, I think we're pretty well caught up in chat. Sorry. um, so let's yeah. So all right, and now we're creating flows when we create chunks. Let's see what that does. Maybe that works. Maybe errors. Did I leave errors in? No, I didn't even leave errors in. All right. So now when we look at the map, nothing's different. Interesting. Well, let's look at, what is it? Bucket is where we keep our chunks. So yeah, no, our chunks just don't have, our chunks do not have grounds. And why not? Did I overlook something? No? Is it just being weird? Is this even evaluating? Did I do something is there like just some simple, obvious oversight that I've made that, yeah, so I'm only going to actually put people in the, like, I'm not, like, you can tell me anything you want in chat, but I'm going to forget it, and I'm not going to make even the slightest effort to try and remember of any of this, because if you want your name in the credits, tweet it at me, and that's how you get your name in the credits. Do that, you're good. Do anything else, it's not gonna happen. So, yeah, that's the way to get done. Yeah, why is this not evaluating? Oh, we're not using chunk creation at the start of the game, are we? Yeah. All right, so we'll just have to call it manually at the start of the game, which I guess is fine. Whatever. This is jank. At this point, I'm basically gonna stop caring about like what's the correct way to do stuff. I'm just gonna start doing it this way instead. Uh, so here we're calling it IZ or IX and IZ for some reason. Uh, all Alright, save that. So... Hey, look at that! That seems weird. But whatever, it's technically... It's as if it works. I don't know why it only created one. Alright, but it does work. Yeah, it seems like it only created like one per chunk. I don't know what that was about. Why only one? Grounds per chunk is set to 4. And yet all of our chunks only contain 1. Why? Oh, did I accidentally... No. I equals 0, I less than grounds per chunk, I plus plus. What? What? What you doing? Is it just roll? No, it's not even creating the extra ones. So, like, why? Why? Oh, no. No? I don't know. Oh, yeah. I'll make this open source if you guys want it to be open source, but, like, if you want this to be open source, you have strange proclivities. You have strange proclivities. Oh, is it... No, we weren't getting errors, were we? No, it seems to work. So why does it only... What the McGurk? I don't get this. So, alright, when we do this, print I. No, print I, weirdo. I! Literally print I, you weirdo. Sorry. I, you weirdo. That's a completely legit thing. You weirdo. So this is probably related to whatever's going wrong. Because, why doesn't it realize that I is totally a thing? It's declared right freaking here. Right freaking here. Anyways, save that. Are you gonna give me a weird error? Because you're weirdo. I'm going to punch this thing. I'm literally going to reach into the digital space and punch MonoDevelop right in its source code. I'm bluffing, of course, but like, what nerve? What freaking nerve? Oh, whoops, I accidentally put a semicolon there. Weirdo. How is it working at all if I had a semicolon there? Oh, it was just... No, I don't understand how that was working at all. Anyways. Oh, no, I get it. Oh, that's adorable. That is adorable. Alright, anyways. Yeah, well, sometimes it takes a little elbow grease to get things done. Alright, so now things work. Yay, now we have like a, whoa. Why did weird land just appear suddenly when, oh, no. Yeah, no, what was that about? Why are weird land masses just appearing places? Alright, yeah, we clearly don't have this worked out 100% yet. Because, like, when... So it seems to work fine for the first bout. So we'll assume it's fine there, I guess. I feel like... Oh, yeah, there it is. CXCZ. So... Oh, yeah, and I fixed it when I changed it over here. But, for starters, it wasn't... It was still busted down here. Alright, cool. Fire grows pretty fast. I can control it though. Like here, I'll turn down the flammability. Right now the flammability is at like 50%, but I'll put it down to like 10% instead. So now there will still be fire, there won't be as much of it and it won't grow as fast. Alright, so yeah, alright, so the chunk generation seems to be doing okay now. I can probably up the size of the chunks. Because like right now there's a lot more lava than there is ground. Or I could like put in a way so that the chunks don't overlap each other, but Nah, for now I'm just gonna make it so that they're bigger, I guess. And I can do that by so the minimum size will be 4, and the maximum size will be like 8 or so. Let's see what that does. All right, so that's more coverage. Let's make the max size even bigger though. Let's make it like 12 because it's variable. So yeah, all right. So this is getting closer to what I was hoping for. I guess we can put the minimum back down to like 3 or so. See what that does. And actually, it's not that bad to have them overlapping, really. It's actually, like, in terms of, like, how the system works for, like, Whoa. Alright, so I need to... Yeah, alright, that was one thing that I meant to check up on, but because I had a hunch that it might not be working correctly. Yeah, wow, look at that one. Oh, I should check that one out. Oh, no, that's the home base, right, so of course it's gonna look weird. Anyways, so, right, so they're not lining up quite right. Okay, so they're lining up. Oh, I forgot to, no, actually, no, that one's lining up correctly. But it's not lining up. So, I think I know what this is about. I think this is about, how... It's the difference between odds and evens, which I thought I buffered against, but maybe not. Are they all? I'm not hallucinating, right? He's actually standing like half on, half off, right? I'm not making that up, am I? Yeah, he's definitely standing half on, half off. So actually, I want it to be so that So is it all of them are off slightly vertically? It'd be weird to me if they were off slightly vertically. Oh no, and so yeah, some of them are off slightly horizontal. Excuse me. So right. So I'm doing something. Something has gone awry here. So when we're creating. Oh no. So is the positioning? It's probably the positioning, I guess. Chunk radius times grid size minus chunk radius. All right, I'll apologize now, I guess, for having yelled at Mono Developer earlier, because it was my mistake. It was just a weird one. So yeah, this has to wait. So yeah, so it's the odd numbers are off, but the even numbers are on. Like, why is that the case? Doesn't necessarily make sense to me. So I just need to do what then? I guess am I being too smart? Have I accidentally gotten too unnecessarily like weird about how this works? Yeah, probably. No. I don't know. I mean, the obvious answer is I could just change it so that they're never odds, that they're always even. But whoa, congratulations, Jonas. That's wonderful. I'm so happy for you and your family, or your family to be. Yeah. All right. So what math are we doing here? We're saying yeah. I guess we could be a little bit less fussy about this. We could just do oh yeah, let's just do no, I guess this is like the yeah, no, whatever. I'm just gonna do oh. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna do chunk radius uh, divided by 2. Yeah, divided by 2. Wait, but that might not be an integer, right? In fact, that wouldn't be an integer. Oh yeah, wait. So what am I gonna do here? Uh, 0. So yes, alright, so in the case that this is odd, why is that? Why is that odd? In the case that it's an odd number, why is that unusual? So yeah, alright, so we pick like 3, for example. Or 1. Oh no, wait, no. No, wait, no. I guess position. Wait. Wait, no, I guess positioning is. No, it would have to be. Hold on, this is conceptually weird to me. Um. Okay. Yeah? No, it's because the positioning depends on the scale, and so I can't right, I can't choose I can't set the position before I set the scale. I actually have to. All right, so it's not that the math is too weird; it's that the math is not weird enough. So oh, interesting. All right, so let's say sx equal or so int sx equals this term. So right, so okay, so if this is even, then we do the math like such. But if it's odd, then we do the math differently. So all right, so int sx, let's also say int px, I guess. Px equals sx modulo. Yeah, I can just add in sx modulo. Oh, I can just add in xs modulo to both those terms. All right, so this is all the same except minus chunk radius plus sx modulo 2. I think that's correct. And then sz will be the same. So int sz equals this as well. And then this also includes plus sz modulo 2. And then we can use sx and sz for these terms. Z and sx. All right, let's see if that isn't better. Save that. So what's all this then? What? I don't get it. Oh, no, I don't get it. What changed? Oh, I have too many closing parentheses. All right. Yeah. All right. Good. All right. Let's see if this doesn't work better. So now, nope, that worked worse. I did it backwards. Oh wait, no. Oh no, what happened now? That's weird. That's even weirder. How is it? I feel like it should be completely broken or completely fixed now. It shouldn't be half broken. I feel like that was like the one outcome that would have been invalid, is for it to be now half broken. Sometimes when I hit save, it doesn't actually save, which is tons of fun. I don't know if you guys have ever had that experience with Modern Develop, but sometimes you like save and you go back to Unity, or that experience with Unity. Sometimes you save and you go back to Unity, and then it just like it acts as if nothing has changed. No, definitely not fixed yet. What on earth? What on earth is happening here? This doesn't make any sense. So, you know what? I don't care, I guess. I'm just gonna make it so that all the chunks are units of 2, I guess. Uh Whatever. Uh so dumb. Super dumb. Turbo dumb. Um uh no. I wish it was just 100% fixed or 100% broken. Because this, like, quasi fixed, quasi broken thing is just ridiculous. And I can't get over the feeling that maybe it's just Unity doing that annoying thing that it does sometimes. Wait, is it 100% broken? Oh, maybe it is 100% broken. No, it's not. Look at that. That's half broken. What the heck? What the heck, you guys? Alright, so what chunk am I on right now? I'm on this chunk. Right? Oh, but I could be standing on a flow from either. Alright, I'll just, yeah, select the flow. Alright, so this flow is scale 8 by 14. And it works in both directions. And it works in both dimensions. Oh, whoops, wow. So this flow is 10 by 20. So it probably also works in both directions. So it's still just the odd ones that are broken. Which is weird, because they... Ugh. Weird. So maybe I'm... Oh, maybe I'm adding too much. Maybe it's, Alright, so maybe it's not, SX modulo 2, maybe it's SX modulo 2 divided by 2. I don't know, whatever. I'm willing to try a few more things, I guess. Stop, go away. Divided by 2. Maybe? No? How did I introduce... Oh, plus, I forgot to do... Or divided by, not plus, yeah, alright. Wow, I'm really good at introducing dumb errors. It is, one of my many skills. Alright, so now everything works magically. No, now everything does not work magically. Alright, so what are the dimensions of this one? Wait, what? No, yeah, I'm half on, half off. And this one, is odds and evens, so... What? No! You wouldn't have been affected, you weirdo! You wouldn't have been affected by that math. How dare you? At this point, that's just like audacious, and I honestly cannot get on board with it. This one, also, so now is it 100% broken? Because I guess that's actually slightly better if it's at least 100% broken. No, it's not 100% broken now. Shimausja 12. Skimausja 12. Thank you for thank you for following. I appreciate your support, especially in times of difficulty like these. Yeah, I call my computer a weirdo sometimes. I apologize if that offends people or if people find that objectionable. I can try and cool it with that, but I'm not quiet about how my computer makes me feel. So what? How? What on earth? Oh wait, no. Oh, of course these are always going to be round because these are multiplied by 2. No, so like this is odd because 3. All right, wait, hold on. So let me undo the last thing I did because I didn't feel good about that one anyways. Uh, and now, all right, yeah, no. So wait, was it the evens that were off? Right. So those numbers are always going to be even. Those numbers are always both going to be even because they're doubled. Uh, I'm smart. Um, so yeah, let's. All right. So this one is a failure, and let's see what's wrong with it. Uh, this one is 20 by 10. So in the z dimension, this one is odd. So I mean, we should be adding in 1 here because SZ. SZ modulo 2 should be plus 1. So, alright, let's look at some others, I guess. This one's also wrong. And this one is, yeah, by 10. So, alright, it literally can't be wrong in both of these cases. Like, I'm putting my foot down. As a sometimes mathematician, I insist that one of these must be correct. I honestly don't care which at this point. You're not an object reference to an instance of an object. So, sorry. Alright, so what is this one? This problem. So, yeah. One of those has to be right, and it's just... Frankly, it's being stupid at this point. It's being literally stupid. So, I really shouldn't encourage this behavior. It's being stupid, and I should just do what? It, you can't have it both ways, you crazy, crazy person. And by person, I mean, software. You can't have it both ways. Either you're off by 1 when I'm not adding 1, or you're off by 1 when I'm adding 1. You can't be off by 1 whether or not I'm adding 1. That's where I draw the line. So I don't know. What do you guys think? um, yeah, I mean, I can just make them. I can just make it so that it's always times 2. Yeah, whatever. Screw that. My solution is just gonna be that it's always times 2. If you guys want a better solution, you're welcome to speak up. And then I'll just have these ranges. So it'll be 6 and min 2, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. So that should at least work. Nope. How did that not work? How on earth did that not work? That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, so what's this one for not working? It is 10 by 10? What? Oh, are they all wrong now? No, this one's not wrong. 8 by 8? How did this one end up 10 by 10? Oh, is this the thing where I make a change and it just gets completely ignored? Is this... Because that happens. It's one of the most frustrating things because when it happens, it like... Yeah, no. I'm guessing you can imagine why it's one of the most frustrating things. All right, maybe that time it was just. Yeah, that time it was probably. No, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this obnoxious thing. All right, so this one's 10 by 8. So how is it getting weird values like that? I don't know what's happening. So chunk radius. Oh. Oh, am I supposed to be multiplying this by grid size? No. Oh, yeah. Alright, so maybe this math is sloppy? Nah. What? How would that... I mean, this math might be sloppy, but I don't understand how that... How that would, We're getting a... So, chunk radius is the number of available seats that we can have on this, whatever. So we're choosing randomly from 0 to chunk radius. Oh, well, I mean, technically this should be chunk radius minus 1, I guess, hypothetically. But I don't 100% care about that. And then we're multiplying it by... Oh, we got a new follower. The real Justin Bieber lover. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following, and I appreciate your support. Yeah, let's see if we can't get this fixed, cause no, this, like, I don't know. I guess you could say I have a contentious relationship with math, cause on the one hand I love math, but on the other hand, math does stuff like this sometimes, just like, pfft. Well, like math. Let's be honest, math doesn't do this. Like computers do this because computers are basically like man-made representations of math. So interesting. Huh. That's an interesting idea, Tom. Link pad. Yeah. All right. Let's check that out. Link pad. Huh. Yeah, it's talking about like SQL stuff, but I'm guessing they must have expanded it to handle stuff like this as well. I won't figure out how it works on stream right now, but I'll add that to my list of things to check out. Thank you, Regathian, for the tip. That would be very. That sounds like it would be something. That's something that would be very helpful. Uh, there are a lot of game developers and programmers in the world. I imagine it is difficult to get a social network up off the ground, though. Because you have to hit like a certain level of participation just in order for people to stick with it. It's like a self-fulfilling sort of like if people use it, then people will use it, but if people don't use it, then people won't use it, which is like one of those, like a chicken and egg sort of thing, I guess. Uh, so I guess I'll just like get rid of this and start over. I'll just like comment out for now. Start over. Alright, so vector3 pos equals what? Pos equals new vector3. Actually, yeah, no, vector3 pos, I'll just say equal, or I'll just say actually, yeah, instead of pos, I'll just say new vector3 r or px 0 pz, and I'll define, instead of pos, I'll define px and pz. So sx equals blah 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 blah. So in PZ equals random dot range. So let's say 1 to 1 to chunk radius. Chunk radius. So actually, I'm just going to do 1 times chunk radius times grid size and see what this does. And same thing for PZ. So PZ also equals that. And let's see what this does. This is they're gonna be grossly offset, but I just want to see like which side of the what? What are you talking about? None of these are floats. Where are you getting float from, you weirdo? Again, I apologize, but no, none of these are floats, right? Oh, this is a float. Grid size is a float. Alright, well I can fix that. Easy enough. Save that. Did that introduce different errors? Oh, yeah. Am I still referencing pause? Oops. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. I do need to do that. Yeah, I do still need to add this in. So plus that, yeah. Alright. Oops. Alright, so save that. Usually if I'm accusing the computer of something, I'm actually accusing whoever programmed the tools that I'm using. Usually, I mean, sometimes it does turn out to be my own thing, but that's usually who I'm addressing at that time. Yeah, so this is just dumb and weird, I guess. I might just stop caring about it altogether. Dumb and weird is how I would describe this. What? Wait, what? No, what the hell just happened? Did my eyes just deceive me? Please tell me my eyes just deceived me. I probably was just imagining things. I was probably just hallucinating. Okay, yeah, no, I was totally just hallucinating. Oh, thank goodness. Oh man, I almost freaked out. I thought like a new weird thing was like cropping up now. Alright, so yeah, what dumb thing is happening now? No, this is just super dumb. This is just like epic amounts of dumb, I guess. So I guess what are my alternatives then? Like I don't literally want to scrap everything, but I basically just want to find the quickest path to something that is less ridiculous. Oh, wait. Did I forget to, no? What the heck? This is so weird. So weird. So weird. Wait, how am I using pause? Am I using pause incorrectly? No, I'm using pause correctly. Oh, wait. I know one thing I can do differently. Instead of having to fiddle with this, like, an awful lot, I'm just going to forget PX and PZ altogether. And also this altogether. I'm just going to, I'm going to cut the position term out of create flow. We're going to calculate the position. So, I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe it'll be easier to fix here instead. So pause, what? Pause equals, vector 3 pause. Pause equals, again, we should do like basically like the stuff that we were doing before. I'm just thinking like, all right. So if, let's say hypothetically this was a width of 1, then it's actually a width of 2. Like if this is a width of 1 unit, then it'll have the scale of 2 because the grid size is 2, or the scale of the grid. Like each of the cells is like a unit size, or is 2 units across. So so in order for this like 1 or 2, call it what you will, unit, this flow to get positioned correctly, it's going to want to sit on either like on even numbered coordinates, like 0, 0, 0, or like 0, 2, or anything along those lines, because you'll want to be sit exactly central on this thing. So I guess I understand why my modulo thing didn't work, because I was actually doing the modulo thing backwards. What I don't understand is why it didn't make everything perfectly wrong, because I was doing it exactly backwards. So what about in the case that it's so in the case that it's a width that, like if it has 2 grid space, if it covers 2 grid spaces, then it'll be 4 across, and it'll actually want to sit on will it still want to sit? No, it doesn't want to sit on 0, 2. It doesn't want to sit on 0, 0. If it's 2 in the x coordinate, then if it's 2, if it takes up 2 cells in the x coordinate, then or on the x axis, then it'll be length of 4, and if it sat on 0, 0, then we would get that perfect offsetting thing where when you stood on it, you would stand either exactly in the center of it, or you would be overlapping one of the edges, or you would be overlapping the other edge. So in the case that Rx or Rz is even, that's actually the case where we want to nudge it a little bit. So yeah, again, I get why the modular thing didn't work. What I don't get is why it wasn't perfectly wrong. It literally should have been perfectly wrong. Everything should have been perfectly off at that time. So that's, I guess, my chief complaint with math today, is that it's doing that wrong. It's doing that just patently wrong. Yeah, no, I was careful of that, Ragatharian. Thank you, though. That is generally good advice. So, yeah, I'm not rounding, and I'm not using modulo on negative values. I was using modulo on scale, and I don't use negative scales. Yeah. So that would have been weird. So, what was it doing? Oh, right, so, new vector 3, yeah, no, this is just, whatever. New vector 3 grid, so random dot range um, 1 to 1. No, that seems weird. Whatever, I don't care. Again, this isn't the part where I would care to be precise. So let's say 0 to grid, no, not grid size, excuse me, chunk radius. Chunk radius times grid size. Alright, so now we have, for example, 2, 4, 6, 8, etc., etc., etc. So we have values that would be fine for if this thing is odd. Oh yeah, and I'll do that for both of the x and the z coordinates. 0. Alright. So now we have perfectly fine coordinates if this thing is, well, they're actually offset. I'll have to fix that in a minute because these are going to be based relative to the position of the chunks. Chunks are 30 across, so they are slightly offset. They're themselves slightly offset, but that doesn't matter because we're working with the center of the chunk as the origin for this coordinate system. So all right, yeah, whatever. All right, so if Rx modulo 2 equals 0, then we add in, so then pos plus equals new vector 3, 1, 0, 0. And then same thing except for the z coordinate. So if our z modulo 2 equals 0, 0, I don't mind debugging, but if I'd have to debug something like this for this long, it gets really annoying, as you guys might have noticed. It just puts me in a really bad mood. It just makes me want to like do something else completely. So if I seem less cheery than usual, it's because table flip is why. So all right, no, I'm not done yet. Am I? Well, no, hypothetically I'm done. So what error did I introduce? Oh right, I haven't changed create flow. Yeah. All right, yeah. Oh yeah, and I'm not. I'm also not done because I forgot to say that either way. Pos plus equals chunks cxcz cz dot transform dot position. Yeah. Save that. All right. Magic. All right, so they're all grossly offset. That part I expected because I'm not repositioning them correctly. But yeah, let's see if they're at least see how they're doing relative to the grid. So far, so good. So far, so good. Right? This is all just a clever illusion, and eventually... This is literally... You got the exact same math I was doing that other place. What the heck, you guys? What the heck? That seems to be working just fine. I'm doing nothing conceptually differently. I'm doing just exactly the same thing as I was doing before. And now it works. So, like I was saying, I get really frustrated if I have to troubleshoot the same thing for too long. So hopefully, now that we're done with that, now that we're basically done with that, hopefully we can forget all of that forever and never have to worry about it again. So, oh yeah, to get it offset correctly though, uh, we have to do. This seems lame, but we have to do. Oh, we have to do. Chandler, welcome back. Yeah. We spent. Oh my gosh, we spent so long just debugging this thing, and it like my brain is like slightly bleary now. But yeah, let's just wrap this up so that we can get back to doing fun things instead. Um, all right, so yeah, all we have to do is just offset it, and I'm probably just gonna cheat because like at this point, like screw this. Minus so we're offsetting it by the transform position minus I'm just gonna like hard code it. Maybe I don't know. I should probably do something smarter instead, but no, probably not. Uh, vector 3 so minus so it's minus 14 I guess. 0 minus 14 because the chunk radius is 15, but we want to offset it by an even amount instead of by an odd amount. I mean, I guess I could reverse this and offset it by an odd amount, but that's basically what I was doing before, and so it should work. But I'm scared of like doing the smart thing at this point. Oops. Whoa, why'd it go in the other direction? Oh, because I subtracted it and I made it negative. All right, so yeah, no minus subtracting the vector of positive 14, 14. Okay, yeah. I am high all the time. I'm super high. I'm the highest. I'm so high I can touch the ceiling is how high I am. Look at that. um, but if you're asking if I take drugs, the answer is no. I'm just naturally like this. Um, uh, all right, so whatever. The ends don't really justify the means, but we whatever. I can stop caring about it is the good news, I guess. And so, I guess it's a little weird that this lava flows on like these chunky like grid patterns or whatever, but again, I do not care. I don't care one bit. I could always change that if I want to. I mean, if anyone wanted to make an ashy texture or like a cooled lava texture, that'd be cool. Um, so, what was I doing? We're making a game, right? I think at some point we were making a game. Should probably figure that out at some point, right? Get that started up again. So, so, it's just. Oh yeah. So did I do any dumb thing that I can undo now? I mean, I really probably shouldn't at this point. But like, oh, well, yeah. Just because I'm a glutton for punishment, I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'm gonna tempt fate. See what fate has for me. Oh right, yeah. So that's interesting. I probably reintroduced the error now, right? Because now I'm gonna be a little disappointed if I hadn't reintroduced the error because no, it just works this time. All right, whatever. Well, actually, that's good, I guess, because now we can we're gonna slightly hope things might be slightly less chunky. Because I can put the min and the max up back to 3 and 12. Don, right? Yeah, Don. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Uh, Uh, I bet a lot of people like playing games or want to play games because games are fun and people enjoy doing that. And this is a game dev stream, so it'd be weird if someone came here because they hate games. That'd be a weird reason to come here. Uh, where am I going? I'm just meandering